Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Farm, thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. And I got something nice for you today. So sit back, relax, and get your thinking caps on. I'm about to give you some good information today. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. I'll give you a message for life. Appreciate you tuning in. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. I got you. Right thinking mission, I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. So you see where I'm going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but you don't have to answer it for yourself. Tune in. I can help you with that. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up. That's what I do with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right think, know thyself, and always to my yacht be true. Right thinkers, I'm about to go into my guru because I've been watching my boys and good lesson here, I think. Let's talk about life is a test in the physical form, and the way to pass it is enlightenment, aka know thyself. I'm trying to give you the keys to the car. Okay, let's go. I keep telling you, like our ancient ancestors knew, we are spiritual beings having a human experience for the purpose of what? Remembering who we are in the physical form, aka know thyself. Well, I thought we was hitting all whatever you thought. I could care less. I'm just telling you what you need to understand. Why? If you don't figure it out now, you'll be back. That's why. I'm trying to give you the keys and not coming back. That's the key. If you live a spiritually ignorant lifestyle, like I did for most of my life, less than half now. I've been on the good side. I've been on the better side now for the better half of my life, so that's a good thing. But I lived spiritually ignorant most of my life, and I was failing in life. What I mean by failing, meaning I'm going to reincarnate. Why? I ain't learning nothing. Doing dumb stuff, still committing. You ain't learning nothing, dog, so you're going to suffer through all your wrongdoings and deceitful actions that you think you need to do. Until I changed those ways, that's where I was headed, straight back from reincarnation. But something happened along the way. Know thyself. That's the advice that was given to us by our ancient ancestors. And for some reason, it stuck with me. And letting us know, they let us know that enlightenment, getting knowledge of who you are, was the goal to what? Stop reincarnating. To stop the cycle of life and death, as they call it, or reincarnation as we know it. Okay? Your physical body has a time limit. It's going to expire. But the spirit that's in it don't die, can't die, haven't died, and won't. So it wants to go back to the maker who gave it to us. So we are all individuals, free will, the thing about it, become conscious of who we are. We don't still replay that game. Okay, but that's the idea. So what's this? All human beings are just gods in the flesh. A lot of us just don't know it yet. And I mean yet, man, don't worry. Until you know it, you'll be coming back to still be a human being. You'll keep recycling. They call it reincarnation. We all done it. Ain't nobody here pure. Ain't nobody here. Nuh-uh. Why? That goes back home. Okay? We got all used spirits down here. Been around for a while. And I'm sure all of them want to go home. Mine's is happy. How about yours? What's this? We all guys in the flesh. We just don't know it. Hence the conscience that he gave us. That's why I do what I do for you. So that you can what? Know thyself too. I ain't selfish. No, when I got it, I keep telling you, Richard Pryor, when he did his show and he found the book of life and he had the 3 white guys with him on a safari to Egypt, they're in the tombs. He looked at the book. Oh man, look at this is brothers in here. Oh man, ain't nothing but some brothers. Oh, we gotta get back to the brothers this. Ain't nothing here. That's hidden knowledge. It's there. They just ain't gonna expose it to you. So he did that and he got 5 shows. I love that. I can't forget that. But it showed me his true subliminal message into his people, how smart he really was. He wasn't just a man with a bunch of jokes. That nigga wasn't crazy. Okay, he tried to help his people the best way he could. I ain't mad at that. And the words of Malcolm, by any means necessary. And he did his thing. That's why self-knowledge is what? The knowledge to what? Stop the reincarnating cycle. They knew that also. That's why they lived righteous and virtuous. Why? They didn't want to come back and do it again. They knew that. We just ain't found it out. Death. Okay, let's talk about death right quick. Get that lesson about death. But death only comes to those who what? Fail to become what? Enlightened. Like the caterpillar, they never made the change, so they died a caterpillar. Ignorant, aka, that's what I call it. If you are ignorant at death, oh, you definitely coming back. Moving on. You didn't learn nothing. Moving on. With self-knowledge, you have to understand life. And with that, death are the ones in the same living yin yang. You can't be born and not die. They go together, life, death. But it's a concept, and you understood it. Our ancestors called it a transition in life to what? The afterlife. Y'all call it heaven and hell. Well, they call it something. Same thing. Moving on. That's my point. So, with religion, excuse me, I'll go back to subject. But with knowledge of self, you know that death is imminent to the physical body. Yin don't worry about yang. Yang don't worry about yang. Why? They are their own entity. Death don't worry about life. Life don't worry about death. They just do what they do. Death and the fear, okay, due to ignorance of death is what keeps what? The ignorant people reincarnating. Not knowing themselves. They just hear, well, I want to make a bunch of money. I want to be rich and famous. I want to be a billionaire. I want, yeah. How about knowing thyself? They said our destruction of my people or through lack of knowledge. So we haven't made getting knowledge of self a priority yet. I've been doing this for 5 years and they laughing at me, but guess what? I got a bunch of company now. I got a bunch of other people trying to do what? Enlighten us. That's what all we trying to do. When you get woke, you want to wake everybody else up. And I just do it my way. He gave me the right to do that. That's my thing. Now, if you don't have self-knowledge, aka know thyself, in the end, you will die. And what? Come back again. That's the whole idea. Not to come back, but it's things you can do here to avoid that. That's the lessons that I give you in life. Without knowledge, the fear, okay, false evidence appearing real of death no longer bothers you. It don't bother me. If death came right now, no, he gonna come in, boom. Yep, right there, it's been real. I'm getting my day before you. Why? That don't fear me no more. Why? This body ain't mine. This just something I wear like a hat, my clothes. Same thing for my spirit. Okay, understand that the physical body is clothes for the spirit. Moving on conceptually. Try to give everything simple you can understand it. Now, if you fear death, you're ignorant. That's all ego. And the ego is ignorant of what? Its higher self, God, it has got out. So the ego don't want to die. Its biggest nightmare. Oh, die. Yeah. I seen them kick and squirming and wow. And that's it. They had that covered too. That ain't the devil. It doesn't want to die. I don't want to die. But the I am saying, no, I don't care about that body. I'm going home. See the difference? That's the mentality. It's the mindset. And God is mental. Okay? Nature is physical, illusionary. But what's this? Oh yeah. The afterlife, which I call heaven. We get a name for the afterlife. AKA heaven is a what? One-way ticket. So for all you ignorant, anybody ever came back and tell us how it was? Guess what? That ain't their job. Your job to get there. Okay? No returns or no reincarnations. Once you become enlightened, that means you're going back to where you come. And it's a beautiful place. Who told you? The ancients lived Maya, aka righteous, virtuous lifestyles, and that's how they made it to what? Afterlife. That's the ticket. Enlightenment. Knowledge of self. Become spiritually enlightened. Okay? Become an enlightened being while still on earth. Illuminated from the inside out. What? Knowledge of self. The whole idea of God and the afterlife came from our Kemetic ancestors. The Per Imheru book of Coming Forth by Day, or the book of Day, y'all call it, is the oldest spiritual concept in the world. Didn't come from Sumeria. Didn't come from Babylon. Didn't come from Persia. Ethiopians, the Egyptians, Kemetic, Nubians, we all had the spiritual concept a long time. Moving on. That's my point. I just saw that, so I threw that in there. Again, I do my homework. I still study. I still learn every day. Again, hell is earth. In the Book of Wisdom. I got to get that book. He said, why? Because all this stuff, I love everything in there. I know all that stuff. So I got to get that book. I can love to teach for that. If anybody asking me what book I teach for, okay, take your pick. You got Initiation, Ashby. You got Committed Tree of Life, Muata Ashby. Just go through his collection, Google him. That's been my teacher for the last 20 years. He's got me where I need to be right now, so yeah, I give him all the credit for that. And I got all his books. Moving on. But that's where I got it from. Okay, so those who ask, I can teach from anyone else. Moving on. Hell, again, we're at the lowest level. Earth. The physical body is where the spirit comes to what? Learn a lesson so that it can go back home. It's fall from grace within the physical form. They've been telling you that for years in different symbologies, the symbolic ways, and we just missing them. We just swinging and miss, just going right by us. And now we're on the information highway. If you're still ignorant of anything that you want to know or think about, that's a you problem. Why? It's out here. Information. Jesus Christ told you I found a man with the water into his house, which is the house of Aquarius. We're going to be here for the next 2,000 some odd years. Get used to it. Information highway. I'm just doing my part. I'm here giving information. Right on time. Let's go. And when you at the lowest level, spiritual human beings, okay, right here, matter. We went from spirit to matter in the physical form. The idea is to what? Become conscious and change the matter back into spirit, so when the matter dissolves, you go back to where you come from. That's the rise of man. If man falls, he can rise. Resurrection, they call it. How about that? That little thing, when it, every day, he rises like clockwork. But that's youth. In old age, why? He don't need him as much at that age. So moving on, that's just another life lesson. Sorry about that. But let's talk about the afterlife. We're just doing that now. Yeah, okay. As human beings in the flesh, our goal is to what? Become rich and famous? No. Have big house? No. Make a Hall of Fame? No. You ready? We are gods in the flesh. We need to know that what? Consciously. We have to become conscious of who we are. That's why he gave us the brain. There's two sides. Use them both. Why? That's the way you get to the idea of knowing thyself. You got to use both sides. You can't use one. Moving on. I got the concept of the hemisphere. I did that lesson too many times. It's if you pass in this life, physical body, and by living right, you will what? Live on in the afterlife. That means the physical body's going to die, and that's okay. But the spirit, if it's enlightened, it don't worry why. It knows it's going back home, past the judgment to Maya, go hang out with God, and go back to whence it's come. That's all pertaining, and that's all up to every individual has that opportunity. That's the fair level ground that everybody start at. Like the pyramid. There's a bunch of stuff down here. There ain't too much stuff up here. Moving on. Concept in life. Same concept. It don't change. Where you at? Now, death. Listen, don't come to the enlightened beings. Maya told you, if you live Maya, you have no tomb. Why? You don't die. You don't need none. Only the unenlightened beings die with their body because they don't pass the Maya test when the heart is heavy and it's getting eaten. So your conscious is erased from time. And they, last thing they wanted was to be that, had their conscious erased. Why? Die twice. And the physical body dies, but then when your spirit, your conscious, not your spirit, but your conscious dies with the body, that's two deaths. They didn't want that. We should be more understanding for that. All enlightened, anointed, Christ conscious beings all go where? Heaven, afterlife, pet, next round, the spiritual realm, where they go and chill. That's why. If that's the concept, and thousands of years ago, it kept them at bay, kept them happy as a group of people. Why didn't we adopt that? We took a bunch of dogma and religious concepts that our oppressors gave us, really. If this man gave you, if the man gave you your information back to you, repackaged with his face on it, and now you didn't know that, okay, that's fine, because I couldn't figure out how did the Greek mythology that I studied and mastered match with my Egyptian. I'm like, hold on, I know this. I know this. Like Richard Pratt, you. So I got a problem with the Greeks for that purpose. Why? They gave us our own stuff just with their face on it. Look at the white Christ. So moving on. I got going further than that. Yeah, why change? If we racists were saying why the face of our God ain't matching his people, well, it don't matter. I mean, it don't matter. We had one. Y'all changed it. If it didn't, oh, it don't matter because y'all changed it. You know how that goes. Moving on. That's a quick. I gotta get that in every now and then. And I keep telling you, death don't come to enlightenment. Why? Because those who get enlightened ain't coming back. Y'all still waiting for Jesus Christ? He ain't coming back. Hello? Oh, nobody came back. Oh, y'all think Christ gonna come back and tell you, you know what, man? Heaven's a grass. You got to get up there. You can't. Ignorance, more ignorance. A place called Urantia, or we call it the pet, or some people know it as Amenta. That's the place where the enlightened spirits go to go back to once they come. That's the concept that our ancients started out with a long time ago. Now it's been called this, that, the third, everything else. Okay, but the way to get there haven't changed. How about that? The work that you got to do, the things you got to learn, stuff you got to put in, that haven't changed a bit. So, moving on. Just like heaven is promised to the Christians and whatever religion group you got your belief system, they want you to believe what? Who follow Christ by what? Living right. He ain't coming back to save you. You got to save yourself and become what? Like him what? So you ain't coming back. If not, you're going to recycle. That's the concept for the Christians. And the reason why, again, no one ever came back to tell us about it. Why? It's a one-way ticket back from whence you came. You don't go out no more. No, ain't no returns. No, that's down here. You know, when you get there, you don't come back here no more. If you're 100 years old and you pass, and you make it through heaven, you going to come back to hell? Hell no. Moving on. And first of all, it's not a choice. Moving on. Again, no exceptions. You can't come to heaven and come back and tell us how it is. That it don't work that way. So moving on. I see the cloud. Let me get this thing over with. I'm having too much fun. But the reason, again, that's the reason why nobody came back and told us. Okay? But yet you're still waiting for somebody. See how ignorant that is. If you live all your human life in hell, which is on earth, and we do, and after passing my yacht, and you go on to the next life, Jesus, you won't go back there, man. I ain't going back down there, damn man. If y'all see in y'all mindset, Christ is up there in the physical form, so he's still got holes in his head. My man Eddie Griffin made the joke about, yeah, Christ said, look at me, man, I ain't going back. Look what they did to me. So understand it. No, it's a one-way ticket. Trust me. Where we at? If you know, okay, yeah. All right, here we go. Wrapping it up again. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm having fun with this one. Recent enlightenment in the physical form is the ultimate goal for you being in this form, and before death, it has to be accomplished. We can't get nothing after physical. No, party's over. No, no, no. Watch this. And the way to escape not coming back to earth, aka reincarnating, is to know thyself. I'm trying to make that possible. Why? I know that for myself. I'm trying to get you to know what for yourself. Let's go. If you love being human in physical form, because you're a billionaire, you got all the things you want in physical thing. Okay, what? Keep on. Why? Because you'll be right back here again. Simple as that. And you like it that much, you'll be back until what? You get tired. Okay? And that's the goal. The goal for all right thinkers, trust me, is to reach neons. That's to know thyself. Okay? Through what? Daily practice of what? Philosophical concept that I give you, right? Then philosophy I call it now, but it's Shitat Nerish, Matawi, but it's all Egyptian yoga, and it's a philosophy that you can make real for yourself by manifesting it, by practicing it like I did. I know that. I know, again, first of all, I take this serious. My mission, I tell you, and I want every time I read my lessons, my mission in life is to give all those who want to master themselves knowledge to do just that. That's why I say I do what I do for you so you can master you and know you too. I know what it takes to know thyself. Why? The only way I know, nobody told me, no, I didn't know. I know because I did it myself. And that's why I give it to you so you can do it too. Wrapping it up. Appreciate you. Excuse me, consider me, I'm your personal tutor. Give you life lessons when daily. I'm here every day to do just that. Give you the things you need to do. So all you gotta do is tune in, get them lessons, and then do what you need to do for you, and you will what? Know you. That's my goal. That's my mission. That's the lesson. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and make it 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers have passed away. And right thinkers don't pass away. We go on like the baby kids. We don't die. We go home.